Welcome back to Quiet Money Podcast, the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. Stay tuned. We coming up next. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Quiet Money Podcast. I am your host, Dax. Quiet Money Podcast, the number one show for going through the ups and downs of life. I've been through some ups and downs in the last 24 hours. But before we get into all that, I got my beautiful co-host with me as always. She's rocking a new black little shoulder showing shirt situation. She don't usually rock the shoulders, you know what I'm saying? But I like it though. What's up?
Thank you. Hi, I'm Randy, the co-host of Quiet Money Podcast.
How you doing today, man?
Doing well. How about yourself?
I'm doing all right. You know what I mean? So I want to talk about this for a quick second. You know what I mean? Real quick, before we get into anything deep. You know what I mean? You're stepping in a whole different style situation now. You're wearing something that I ain't never seen you try to wear with your back out and your shoulders out. You know what I mean? So how you feel doing something a little different? You know what I mean? We went out last night, which was nice.
Yeah.
You know, but you look beautiful today. I'm liking this new look. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah, what made you, switch it up a little bit?
I am taking more intention about my clothing.
Okay.
And how it feels on me and what I want to look like.
That's what's up.
I'm working on my image.
All right, so you're stepping your clothing situation up a little bit. You felt like you kind of let it drop for a little bit? Or you just want to be a little more intentional, make it better type thing? One of them, maybe a little mix or something.
Just a little mix.
But anyway, I love it.
Mix.
I love it. You know what I mean? You had a good week. You had a good week. Anything popping in your head about the week?
I was happy to have a staycation last night. We went and stayed overnight about an hour and a half away. Mm-hmm. And it was just me and you. Right. So it was nice to have it just be me and you.
Mm-hmm. see, I enjoyed that. Hey, look, we've been on this whole vacation theme, but this is the first one where it was just me, you, no kids, no itinerary or nothing outside of the party that we was going to.
Yeah.
You know?
It's been, 6 months?
6 months, you know what I mean? And the shortiest I want to say is that it takes a long time for you to just realize, like, yo, I'm actually out here on my end. You know what I mean? And I'm actually like, I can actually enjoy it because you got kids, you got joy, you got responsibility. Like, you're so wired to have to do all these things. Mm-hmm. And even when you get away, you can't get away. You can't disconnect. You can't stop thinking, especially me. Can't stop thinking about everything that has to be done and everything. But I think we had some couple good little rules that we did. You kind of stayed off the fan a little bit.
You know what I mean? You disconnected kind of quick.
What do you mean? Disconnected what?
From everything that was going on when we talked about, hey, we're not going to talk about this. We're not going to talk about that.
But that was you though. That was you though.
You disconnected pretty quick from it and enjoyed yourself.
But I love that. But talk about that because, so here, first thing advice, you know what I mean? You get on vacation, like the point that we're getting to is like, all because you're going on vacation, or because you're taking your lady out or whatever, doesn't mean you're going to be in the right mindset to just enjoy it. Life is hard. It's things on your spirit, and you just can't disconnect just because you're going to run somewhere. So you could be there and not mentally be there. And that happens with a lot of people. But you said something. I didn't even know where he was going to go here, but I want to say something that you said, which is why I'm happy that little staycation went the way it did. You was talking about your birthday last year. Mm-hmm. And you was talking, I was real busy working, and we ain't got to get any detail, but you was talking about like how it was a good experience and we're in a great experience. Right. Why was that?
Because
in short,
you were working on my birthday.
Crazy. Not good. And I had that line. It was a whole crazy situation going on, which I know you understood. Mm-hmm. But here it is a year later, you brought it up and I found it not interesting, but it was like a little eye-opening because I'm like, yo, you really didn't want this experience to go like that. That was something that bothered you. You wanted me to really be present in this short amount of time. So you hooked it up and you set the rules from the beginning on what we was going to be able to talk about. You know what I'm saying? What we weren't going to be able to talk about, what was off limits. And I think you're right. Like, it kind of set the mood of like, we need to focus on the thing that we don't focus on, which is like me and you and enjoying like quiet time and taking care of ourselves, which is real important. You know what I'm saying? So in your life, when you're out there, don't just watch everything you see online. You think you're just going to go take trips and it's going to be beautiful. Like, it don't be like that, especially when you're actually handling your business in your life. So if you're doing things, you're out there making money, you're out there having a business and all that, you're actually making it happen. You don't get to just like, there's no day off in the business, really. There's no day off from being a father, a mother. Like, there's literally no days off no matter where you go. So even everything we had to do just to be able to go, you know what I mean? Like everything
leading up to getting out the door.
Everything. Just to make that little moment happen, it was like, I got to take care of you. And now I could take care of me.
Yes.
Nah.
You were getting a little frustrated. Like, I got to do all this to get out the door. Can we just go?
I know.
And then we walked out the door without the suitcase.
I know.
For the kids.
Hey, but you know what, though? And as we keep it real, always like, where does that come from? Why get frustrated when you got to do certain things? And in those moments, right? I'm going to tell you, in those moments, it makes me think about times when it was different, when it was just me. No, serious, because you can't sit on her and act like being married and everything is all good. Like, it's other things too, right? And I think about in those moments, like, yo, it used to be times I could just go take a trip, go outside, go to the bar, go whatever, like go watch something on TV. You know what I mean? Put my feet up, play FIFA for 7 hours, video games, put my little table up, got my food, my drink. It was all me-centric. It was all about me, an experience for me. And I'm like, yo, I don't get to do that ever. And it's not even just doing something for myself, is living life for myself. I don't get to do that no more. Ever. Because even when I want to create a moment just for myself, I got to take care of everybody first. Everybody. I got to make sure you got food. I got to make sure you got somewhere to go. I got to make sure your emergency is taken care of. Just for me to do the things that I used to just come here from work and do and never even appreciate.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
No, I say all that because you have to be honest and with yourself, and when you make certain decisions in your life, you got to know the good and bad or the challenging parts that come with it. And you can't be mad. And it's easy to say, but in all honesty, I'm a daddy now. I got 3 boys, you know what I mean? I got a daughter. It's never going to be like that.
Yeah.
But that's also a beautiful thing. But it's also never going to be like that where somebody don't got something to say. When I put the TV on, somebody's going to have something to say. That's life now. You know what I mean? Somebody's like, oh, I want to watch something else. You know what I mean? And you could carve out the biggest man cave in the world, then. And I realize it don't even matter. You know why? Because the kind of relationship I'm got with my kid, as soon as I create it, I got to bring him into it.
Right.
Because I'm not living a life where I would want to be separate.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy, though.
Hey, what's crazy is how you really just broke that down.
That's facts, though. Right? So it's the positive and negative. So somebody would look at me and be like, oh, you know, your husband, you got all this, you got to take, you got to go do your own thing, have your own space and have your own man cave and have your own mind. All right, you're right. My son, my best friend in the world. So if I created the greatest man cave in the world with the best TVs, how could I not want to invite him in right away? So that's the positive that comes. And every once in a while, I might have to say, hey, it's my turn. If you want to come in, I'm going to watch what I want to watch, whatever the case. You know what I mean? But my point is, when the challenging times come, that's when you be like, yo, it used to be like this, it used to be like that. But you got to be thankful for everything that comes in the journey. Because here's the flip side, right? When I was him, being able to watch whatever I want to watch, do whatever I want to do, put my feet up or whatever, if I wanted to feel love from somebody that really genuinely loved me, I had to go somewhere because I was living alone. There weren't nobody sitting there wanting to watch TV with me, hang out with me, ask me about my day, pour into me, celebrate me. You know what I'm saying? I was an individual on my own, which is beautiful. That's why you go out. That's why you go hang out with people. You go because you still want those things. It's just in a different format.
Yeah.
So now I got a different format to get the same things. I ain't got to go to the bar every night. I ain't got to go hang out with 5 friends every weekend. Now I got one. You know what I mean? But anyway, I did get a little frustrated with that. But it kind of made, I thought about the times when it used to be a lot easier. And I'm like, it was just a lot of work. But I felt like we were done. We weren't done. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you know what flipped it? We're staying on this. You know what flipped it? Listen, y'all. We're sitting here. I'm thinking we're about to go to the door. You know what I mean? I'm thinking everybody's already ready. And I know we had to get food for them, but you're like, oh no, we got to go get the food and split it up first. I think that's what flipped me. Because I'm thinking, all right, we're going to stop. I'm already a little irritated because I'm like, all right, we're going to stop on the way, get food. All right, cool. But then you're like, no, we got to split it first. So that means I got to go get the food first and then come in and split it and then take the people past the food spot to where they got to go.
Well, this could have all been prevented when earlier in the day, when I was trying to plan out the day, we could have planned it out a little bit better than you would have known. Because I brought it up then about the food and everything that needed to be done. Had a little list of things. And you'd be like, I don't want to talk about that now. It's Saturday. Why can't we just relax? Why can't we just relax? You know. And then you think it's going to go a certain way. And it don't. It definitely didn't.
No, it don't. But what, you know.
But I think you hadn't disconnected. That's all. So no matter what I said, it would have been stressful.
It weren't going to be right. Because I hadn't got into the energy of like, yo, it's vacation, man. No, it don't have to be perfect. It ain't got to be on time. It ain't got to be like everyday life.
Yeah, we didn't even.
We weren't in the rush. And we was the first ones at the party. Like, so it was all unnecessary. But you're in that mood and grind of like, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta get that. It's gotta be this way. I gotta be efficient. But then there's a time to just be like, nah.
Yeah.
I don't need to have a plan today. I don't need it to be perfect today. You know what I mean? I can go outside and maybe go to the shopping center and I don't know if I'm gonna buy something, but I'm gonna just walk around. Like even things like that, I could say I realize now, not just about what you're doing is what it's doing for you. So like getting outside and just walking around, it's just getting out and doing something.
Yeah.
Me, I would never go unless I'm going to go buy a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I find myself not even like, and this is something I picked up from you, but like I'll be come in and I might just run in Marshalls real quick. And I'll be like, if I see something like a shirt I like real quick, I'll buy it. I never did that before.
I'm proud of you.
Never.
Look at you. That's growth right there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It is. Because for me, it was always like I got to put a whole lot of money aside and then go somewhere and buy a whole rack of stuff and like get fresh again.
Yeah. And it makes a difference though, because you pick up something based on what you like. There's no pressure. I have to be somewhere. So the outfit that you like, I picked this up like 2 months ago.
Oh, yeah?
With the shoulders out and everything. I was like, that's kind of cute. Tried it on in the dressing room. I was like, hey, I kind of like this. I'm going to pull this out one day. Right. But I really liked it. Just sat it in the closet, just sat there. Mm-hmm. And then for the party, I said, I think tonight will be the night.
Hey, well, look, I had a good time on the staycation with you. You know what I mean? I'm glad you had a good week. I'm glad you're liking your new style and everything. And
it's just an outfit.
No, but it's not even about the outfit. It's about what you're doing. Because I see you just tapping into your whole fashion bag again and caring about yourself. And I appreciate that. Like, it ain't just this outfit.
So are you saying, because you asked me that question earlier.
What do you mean?
Like, you asked me if I stopped caring.
Yeah.
So tell me how you feel.
I think that, and I ain't gonna say it was just the pandemic or whatever, but I think it got to a period where we weren't going out as much. Mm-hmm. And we had so much that was going on in our life that prioritizing buying us clothes and stuff like that, you and me, was just not the priority. You know what I'm saying? I just think we got comfortable with like, all right, everybody else gets, and you know what I mean? But I think over time that was wearing on both of us because none of us like what we have, and
I know.
You know what I mean? Yeah. We will like say it in little jokes, but sometimes you joke about things that bother you. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So now I can see that wearing something new, something, it does something for you. But this was different because I ain't never seen you with your shoulders up. You know what I mean? So that was great. But anyway, what I want to talk to you about today, you know what I mean? That we get to that point.
Oh, we haven't gotten there?
Yeah, I mean, no. But listen. What I want to report about today for real is like something that I know we all have to do if we're serious about doing anything. And it showed up. You're doing a little great job of it recently, and I can see it, and I'm going to tell you in a second, but like priorities, right? And before y'all tap off, this ain't a super boring conversation about priorities, but it's the need to shift priorities and then actually also identify how you're really prioritizing things. That's what I want to talk about. So I feel like with you, a lot of the stuff you're doing lately, you're kind of really been picking what you want to prioritize and trying to be better at it. So you want to prioritize being good in the house. The house has been looking better. You've been trying to prioritize cooking more. You've been doing your little thing in the kitchen. I see it. You know what I mean? You've been trying to do that. You've been prioritizing that. You've been prioritizing the baby. You know what I mean? So you pick like 4 or 5 things, it looks like.
Yeah.
You didn't even notice I noticed this. I noticed this. I knew it. But I could tell, like, think about it. A couple months or whatever, I think we poured about this. You were talking about how overwhelmed you were. And your list was so long. But I think your list has gotten shorter. I think it's gotten shorter, and it's clear what you're prioritizing, which is your business, finances, of course, the baby, you know what I mean? And that situation, and being a better wife and caretaker. It's like clear as day. And you're doing little, and it's not like over out of nowhere you're cooking every day or anything like that, but it's very intentional. I see you doing something in the morning, marinating something, trying to cook it in the evening, trying to make sure guys are eating better. You know what I mean? You've been very intentional about shifting your priorities, you know? Now, there's other impacts to that, because there's other things you probably would have been thinking to do you can't do right now. You know what I mean? But we got a team together. You can't do as much as maybe you would like in regards to like managing them and scheduling things. And I got to pick it up. You know what I mean? Pushing really hard to grow clients in our first business based in accounting is something that you're doing, but not the highest priority, you know, at this moment. Like you're kind of shifting some things around, but the babe is developing, is doing well, is happy. You know what I'm saying? We're eating. Very nice that we ain't buying food every night because it's been bad. You know what I mean? And different rooms, I would say I notice most that I come into a certain room and I can tell you're busy. So like the house, of course, you're doing it in steps, but like I come in the kitchen, I'm like, all right, you really put your foot in the kitchen, trying to make it nice for the morning. Or I wake up, the bedroom's cleaner. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate the priority shift. But what I want to talk about with me is I realize my priorities ain't right. You know what I mean? And I want to say that I commend you for how you change things. Because you actually said that you are overwhelmed. And me, I don't never say that. I always say that I almost act like I'm handling everything. But the truth is I'm not. You know what I mean? So I realized, like, how am I prioritizing these? And this is where it came from. So talking to my son, you know, hey, look, first of all, if you got kids, that's like the most beautiful thing in like life lessons, because I promise you, I swear kids are given to you in your life for you to teach them and have them teach you. And if you don't have them, that's one person that was there that could have taught you a lot you don't learn from. Because I learned so much from my kids. So I'm talking to my son and we're talking about his priorities, right? And I told him when it comes to whether it's video games or school or TV or whatever, like I basically listed, I would get to the point and I showed him that his priorities were off. And I showed him how he should be prioritizing what should be number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. You know what I mean? But he's take a step back and I'm like, okay, what about me? What's my priorities supposed to be? And I want your opinion on this before I tell you, because we might not agree, but like, what do you think my priorities really should be versus what I actually do? And I'm just throwing it out there that I already know is different. But what I want to get from this from you is that I am starting to feel more some of the things that bother you, because I'm realizing that my priorities are not right. And I want to be transparent about that so I can maybe help somebody else that's dealing with that, because it's hard to shift priorities, but I'm realized that you have been trying to tell me to shift my priorities a little bit. And I think that's why I had some challenges, honestly. So I want to ask you, what do you think my priorities should be? Like, how would you want it? You know, you're my wife, business partner, my friend, you know what I'm saying? How would you want it versus how you think it actually is?
Are we talking about what's most beneficial for me?
We talking
most
about
beneficial
what you think.
for you, or most beneficial for the family?
I don't know.
I feel like it's levels to it.
Well, let me know. What's the levels? What's the levels? What's the levels? No, serious, because this is what I'm saying. Like, at the core of it, right? I'm gonna lead you in. At the core of it, right? I came to this like, all right, if I'm really being right, my priorities should be God, my wife, family, myself, health, and then you get to things like work and other stuff like that. Like a generic order. That's really what my priorities really should be. Like in general.
Yeah.
That's really what it should be. But that's not how you live your life, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? But I should be prioritizing relationship with God, relationship with my wife, my family, myself, my health, you know what I'm saying? My well-being. And then there's other things like everyday. But everyday life, you have to like flip it on its head. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have to flip it on its head, and the stuff that's technically supposed to be the highest priority are the things that you spend the least amount of time in. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Well, here's what I'll say. I don't know what your priority, what it looks like in order, but I do know that you need to prioritize your mom.
I didn't see that coming.
Because you do well with all the other things, but work just, to me, it takes up so much time. I think work is too much of a priority. But only you can decide what season you are in your life. Do you want to prioritize yourself and get yourself, mentally just in a different space where you're not overwhelmed? What does that look like? How do you do that? There's some things that's going on that you're not addressing at all. And I think staying busy at work, which is why you're able to do it, allows you not to address some of the things that's really going on. So I think less of a priority, like just making work a little less of a priority. I understand it's a busy time and everything, but really, like it's taking up a lot of your time. Okay. So, and then all the other things, I think if you touch them once a day, that's how I've been successful. Like it don't even have to be perfect.
Right.
Let me just touch it. Let me, put this toy away real quick. Instead of, I've been a procrastinator. I'll be like, oh, I'll get to it later. Mm-hmm. You don't really know that.
That's true.
So.
I feel you on that.
But that's it, though.
I feel you on that. Nah, that makes me feel better, though. Because on the real, I agree with that 100% because everyday life makes it almost impossible to do priorities in that type of order. You know what I'm saying? It's tough. Like, I got to work 8 hours a day at a minimum. That from a time perspective, that is always organically going to be a priority.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to hang out with my son for 8 hours. I'm not going to be able to take you on an 8-hour date. But does that really mean that work is a higher priority? Well, maybe, you know what I'm saying? But to your point just now, I have to pick up the other things. I can't just let them not be picked up at all. And that's what is happening in some aspects where I will work out all week. I won't even pick that up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Challenging things right now, my mom's and everything. I won't even address it this week. I won't even go there. You know what I mean? Maybe something with you that you want to talk about. I won't go there this week. So I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I'll know that this one thing needs so much, but I still have to pick up the other things because they are priorities. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I love that because I have like a suite of priorities as opposed to this is what the ranking is. And every day it could change and moment to moment it could change. But I have to know what my priorities should be. You know what I'm saying? And I have to realize when they're not getting some type of time from me because I have to address them all. So I like that a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because it does depend. Just like you with your decision to go take this part-time job, your priorities haven't changed. You get what I'm saying? But for right now, one's getting a little higher weight for a specific reason. But you're still prioritizing your business. You're still touching that every day to some aspect. You're still prioritizing your family, just like I talked about. Still prioritizing things with me. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you're not cooking every day.
Right.
Right. You see what I'm saying? But it's not like you're not cooking at all.
Right. Exactly.
But that's the difference with me and you. I'll be like, I can't do it. I can't do it. So, hey, look, if you're out there, man, let me tell you something, man. How many times, whether it's your girlfriend, your wife, your friend, or whatever, is asking something from you or asks you to address something, or you know something that you're actually supposed to be on top of, and your answer is just, I'm just too busy. I can't. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell you, like Randy was just saying, and it's the truth, it's actually lies. It's actually lies. You could always find a little bit of time to address a priority. The truth is, if you don't have time, it's because it's not a priority. It doesn't mean it's number one or number two on the list, but like if you never work out, ever, there's no percentage of you that prioritizes good health and exercise, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you eat trash every day, there's no priority in your life to take care of your diet. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now, me and you, we eat good a couple days and we have a couple bad days. All right. It's still a priority for us that we're working through. So I like that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I like that. You made me feel good with that. You know what I mean? Nah, when it comes to priorities, then changing them and realizing that you're not addressing them the right way, sometimes you need a second person to tell you that. So I appreciate you for that. You know what I mean? Because if I did it, one thing you do is I don't go too long on that route. You feel me? I don't go too long. Yeah. All right. So people out there, that's why community is good. Friends are good. Being around people that could relate to you is good, because if not, what stops you from going too long with that? What stops you from, you put on 5 pounds this week, but now it's 55. Right. You know what I'm saying? You've been overworking, and now you're actually sick a couple years later. Like some things got to be there to kind of help refocus you, reconnect you, and remind you of like all this stuff you got to do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So that's dope. You know what I mean? Now, the takeaway from this whole thing is I am still going to try to address my priorities better. You know what I mean? Because, I ain't worked out all week. I ain't did certain things for myself this week. And I ain't really spending time with you this week. You know what I mean? My son's talking about him. I'm sorry. My son's talking about him been outside, play one bounce and nothing. You know what I mean? Just all the stuff I usually do. And then the truth is, I ain't been feeling the same. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the weeks that I do all those mix of things, I feel different. Yeah.
And the kids been talking about you too.
What do you mean?
They be like, he's always working.
That ain't good.
Recently, yeah. That ain't good. But they noticed too.
That ain't good, man.
But you have been. But it's okay.
That's so
Things
good.
will get better.
But, hey, look, as you go through, like we just talked about, as you're out there trying to get money, whatever you're trying to do, business, whatever it is, like the takeaway is know what your priorities are holistically for your life, and understand that they change all the time, and just make sure that one is not getting everything and the others are not getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not good at all.
Yeah, I'm at a place where I'm tired of my own ish. Like all my BS, all these goals and stuff I reach, like I don't know, I want to say I'm holding myself accountable. Right. But I'm really like, you full of it. Like you write these goals down and stuff, but what are you really doing? Like I find myself scrolling sometimes on social media. Nothing wrong with that, but if I have goals, how am I going to get to them if I'm spending so much time on social media? And I'm embarrassed on how much time I spend on social media. Because to me, I'm like, I don't even do it a whole lot. But in times of stress, sometimes I find it like relaxing to just take my mind off of.
But you ain't been sleeping though. I don't like that.
Well, but that's only for the past like 4 days.
Why do you think that is? Just a lot of stuff going on. I know you can't sleep when you ain't in bed. So we can scratch the hotel and all that.
Why haven't I been sleeping?
I don't know, but sure I am. I wake up, I see that light. I know something's going on. Mm-hmm.
I haven't figured it out yet.
That's all right.
Maybe I just missed you.
Yeah, I ain't been around. I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I just be up. But I have been getting more rest too. Mm-hmm.
You looking forward to your birthday party?
Yes, I am.
All right. You want to talk about it?
Sure. I'm having a 90s party for my birthday.
All right. Your birthday in a couple weeks.
Yeah. We got about 4 weeks, a little less than 4 weeks to go. Mm-hmm. Right around the corner. I need to get it together.
Yeah. Hey, we was talking about one time we went to the movies years ago, and how just like that we're about to be at your birthday. Can I drop the age, or we want to say that? Nah, we leave that out. We got a big birthday. You know what I mean? And we was just talking about how fast it happened. You know what I mean? We was talking about how it seems like yeah, that was a while ago. Mm-hmm. But then on the other hand, it's not.
Wasn't that long ago.
And this is not to drop the mood or nothing, but like it had me really thinking about the ride with you, journey. You know what I mean? And I want to go somewhere for a second, because no matter when you know something's going to end at some point, no matter what happens when you look back on the journey? You know, I've been blessed so far that when I look back at the journey with you, even in the bad times, it's just such a rich situation. So many things that were there, so many experiences. Like even this, like it's just like it's like whoa, like I can't believe this happened so fast, but yet it's also like so enriching. You feel me? Because it's like whoa, I can't believe the girl that I just saw in school. My boy was telling me about her. Like look where we're at and everything we're did and doing. You know, but then it had me thinking about urgency with other things. You know what I'm saying? Because how would it have felt for me to look back and not feel this way? You know what I'm saying? What if one day I'm looking back and I'm like, yo, I'm not happy with the things I did. I'm not happy with what I didn't do. I'm not happy that I thought about having a podcast and I ain't now do it. I ain't happy that I was talking to your moms about bubbling and I just never tried nothing with you. But that's not the case. So it's almost like no matter what happens, it's like I'm already won on this with you. We already won. You feel me? Because when we look back, look at everything we did, everything we tried. We're not afraid of nothing. You get it? But it made me think, and I want to talk to a lot of people today because like, yo, you do have to look back at some point. So while you're out there listening to all these messages about like, yo, live your life, have fun, blah, blah, blah. Life is short. Yeah, it is, bruh. So like, what do you want to feel when you look back? Like, and the word regret came to my head. This is all facts. And I started looking up online. I just typed in Google, doing my Randy thing in the middle of the night. And I typed in Google search, living life with regret. And I just started reading about all the different things that people do psychologically to try to deal with regret. And the biggest thing that people end up regretting is things that they didn't do that they thought of. Tons of like, I'm going to show you, regretting either things they could have did or people that they couldn't reconnect with. It's like the biggest regrets of like, living life with regret, whether that's relationship didn't work out, friendship, you had like, it's literally like all the decisions. To sum it up, it's like all the things that you didn't do is what the regret is. Not the things you did. It's like all the things you didn't do. It's like people's biggest regret, you know? And had me thinking like, wow, what's some of the things I haven't did that was on the list for real? Some of them I've checked off, some of them I haven't. We talked about loyal Leia and all that, but like, when I look back, if I never had the six-pack I want, I may not regret that as if me not being active in my family life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to regret that the same, but it has had me thinking of like, we're getting into this season and it's an age thing too. It's an age thing. But I'm looking at my peers too. Ain't no names, but I'm starting to see, I know that there's regret there. Like you start to see like in your peers and people that you knew and you're like, yo, this is a season right now. This age that I'm in is like, this is impactful. We talked about this, like whatever we're going to do, we got to do it now. You know what I mean? We got to do that crap now, yo. Like I could feel that this is like the season of like, do it or it's going to be big regret. Serious. And I don't know why, but I hope somebody out there takes it as if whatever you're thinking about, think about the word regret and try to eliminate that. We don't want to live with regret.
No.
We don't want to live with regret. You feel me? So if you're out there, you're thinking about something, you're thinking about calling somebody, you're thinking about whatever, like, just do it. Just do it. It's simple. Just do it. You know what I mean? What is this, episode 15 or something?
Episode 18.
This feels way different than the first one. Way different. You know what I mean? No regret. And I love talking to you. So it's easy. You know what I mean? But that regret thing is just something I want to warn people about, that if you're alive right now, you got breath in your lungs. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you've been through, whatever situation you've been through, get up, go forward, find the help you need, because everything up until this moment, it probably already has some regret in it, but you could change it right now and not add to it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, as I go down the level of regret, and I was going down this path of like looking up stuff online and like living with regret and how we do it and stuff like that, I had some experiences this week. And you brought up my mom's. We won't get into too many details on that. But mental health, y'all, is a real thing. And it's something that I would say, as I talk about this today, is you're almost taught to be ashamed of it, but there's literally no shame in it. Every other illness that's out there, it's almost like it's somewhat accepted. People know how to handle it. Your legs not working, your arms not, okay, but when someone is not doing well mentally and the spirit is under fire, there's nothing really out there that just has people knowing what to do. Like it's hard. Like it's like you don't know what to do. Everything else you think you could fix. All right, this person can't walk. I'll lift them up. Like, you know what I mean? Like everything else, but that thing, that is like the unfixable thing. You know what I'm saying? And I want to talk about that today because as you know, a lot of people don't know. I've been dealing with that with my mama. Life's been hard, and she's dealing with some of those things. And this experiences has taught me that mental health is so important because the body don't do nothing without the mind. The mind is the computer. And if the mind ain't good, the body is trash. It's just trash. It's useless. So I realized that your mental health is by far the most important thing in your spiritual well-being. You know what I mean? Your body is rotting from the moment you get it, even as it's growing. Part of it's decaying, like it's crazy. So the thing that's most important is your mental health and your spiritual health and that kind of thing. But the thing that happened this week that kind of had me thinking is, we can get a little deeper, but it's cool. I want y'all to realize and listen to this. The devil is real good. And this is what we can talk about real quick. When bad things happen in your life, when hurdles get thrown in your life, whether it's sickness, physical, mental, whatever it is, just know that as bad as it is, that's just the beginning when it comes to the devil. Yo. That's just the beginning. To you, it might be the end all. Like, I can't believe this is happening. But I swear to God, the devil is got that thing and he's getting greedy and he wants more, yo. So I give you an example. Like you lose that job that you love that meant so much to you and you were at the down and out. You think that that's a terrible thing. And I swear the devil's there smiling like, all right, I'm going to take that. And now we're going to make sure that you ain't eating well. And now we're going to take that and make sure that you ain't spending no time with yourself or anything. Now we're going to take that and make sure that you isolate yourself from your peers. Start taking some of your friendships and relationships from, you know what I mean? Take some more from you is that now I'm going to start adding that word shame to. That's like the worst thing in the world. So the devil's there cooking up this like additional batch on your life with that one little ingredient that you gave. That one little thing, whatever it is, or that huge big thing. You know what I mean? And I've just realized like, that's what he does, man. That's what he does. He's greedy, man. So it's not good enough if you lose your mom. Nah. Okay. What else can I take from you? You get it? It takes a lot to come from these hard experiences in life and pour back into people and pour back into life and pour back in yourself. And I'm just been realizing that more and more with my mama's situation, man. I'm like, it's not what's happened. It's actually what you are continuing to do with that, which is crazy to see. But it's so active and it's really good. So while y'all listen up there, don't be listening. It's not a Christian preaching show or anything, but I just want y'all to know, like, that's how you have to try to figure out how to get through some of your things in your life. You have to sit there in that moment and tell yourself, it ain't just this. And it sounds crazy, but that's some advice for you. Like, whatever it is, you caught your wife for 15 dudes in the bedroom. When you could leave that bedroom, just know that that's just the beginning when it comes to the devil's potential and what he could do to your life. Because you're leaving there dealing with the world and you ain't even seen how much you still have left. Even in that moment. Wife's cheating. Look, I'm healthy right now. I got a good job. I got good friends. My cousin always comes by to, watch the NFL with me. But I just found my wife with 15 dudes. That's terrible. But you could, and it's hard, let that one piece be crappy and refuse to let the others get lost. But that's not how we work. We're limited. We're humans. So as soon as that part goes, we start letting the others feed into it. And then it becomes something where, like with my moms, and I know you probably feel the same way, you don't even know what the problem is anymore. It's almost like it's too big to and nothing's too big for God, but now it's snowballed into something that's too big to manage. Don't even know where to fix it. Not even sure what the problem is anymore. Because it's not just a problem anymore. Your life is just bad. I want y'all to take this away. When something bad happens to you in your life, it doesn't mean your life is bad. That's a bar. I don't even know where I came that from. That's a bar. But that's the truth, though. You know what I'm saying? Just because something really bad happened in your life, it doesn't mean your life is bad. God gave you a life, and he gave you life. That's an amazing thing. And there's something that's amazing that's out there for you to find, even if you've been given a whole lot of bad experiences. But the devil always shows you, magnify, this is the bad. Here you go. You know what I'm saying? And when there's opportunity to soothe it, it's more bad. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you brought that up. So I have advice for y'all that there's ups and downs in your life. When we talk about ups and downs, when you go to the down, that's how you try to find your way back up. Because you limit that item that took you down to just that item. And it's hard. And that's why you need to tap in with the right people in the right situations. Because it is hard. It's super hard. I find out my wife cheating. I may not want to work out tomorrow. I may not even want to go to work. I may not even want to talk to none of my friends. But none of those things have nothing to do with that. And it will be super challenging. And those things that you start cutting off are the things you need to get through it. It's crazy. And the devil know that. No, it's serious. He know that. He know that. So he's like, all right, you would have to need your family to get through this. You would have to need some friends to get through this. You would need to have a relationship with God to get through this. So I'm going to take all that. And then you don't got no way to get through it. That's the truth. It ain't got nothing to do with what actually happened initially.
And the thing is, that's crazy about it is that the only way he can take it is if you allow it.
Exactly. And that's crazy.
And you be so focused on your original.
You be like, here you go. You be like, here you go.
You can have that.
You can have that too.
Yeah.
Stop letting them have everything. That's the word for the day. Your life and you are valuable and amazing. And there's so many facets and components to you. So when these terrible things happen, as hard as it is, he can't have everything. Realize that God ain't the only one that's selfish. They say God is selfish. He wants your heart. Believe that. The devil's selfish too. We've seen that before. The devil is selfish. He wants everything. I could feel it. I could feel the situation because I'd be like, yo, why is this happening? And I could see, okay. I see the things that's happened that's been so painful. And some of these things, without going into too much detail, because I respect my mom, but some of these things are super terrible, super hard to get through, so hard to have to see, experience. But the Lord says that He's going to pull you through. The devil comes in and says, nah, you can't do it. The devil's always the opposite. So while these experiences are happening to you, even if you don't hear his voice, you're still here. He's letting you know it can be okay. We can get through this. You can be okay. But the devil finds a way to just tell you, nah, can't do it. And let me finish with this. I always like to go back to my apple story. But here's the beautiful thing, and you just said it. Adam and Eve with the apple. That tree didn't lift that apple up and shove it in Adam's mouth at all. We asked for it. We asked for it. That's why the devil's so good, because as he's pulling you down and destroying you, you're asking for it. You're saying, please, let me get that. Let me get this poison. Please give it to me. So it's easy because we sign up for that crap, yo. I could feel it. And that's why he's greedy. And that's why it's always tailored up so nice. So don't ever forget that, y'all. Like, it's always going to be framed up nice sometimes, you know? But that's what it is. And most of the time you can't see something as bad if you want it. How could it be bad? You want it. You're signing up for it. You're not even seeing it for what it really is. You're not seeing it for what I see it though. Some people don't see it. But let's see it for what it really is. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we could get through some things. But there's things that happen to you and that you go through, y'all. We gotta be aware. And when they happen to you, I ain't trying to preach to you this morning, but when they happen to you, that's when you put your guards up. That's when you know, all right, not the attack has happened. You gotta know the attack is started. Feel me? The attack is starting for your life. It's not usually that first event. It's like, all right. And last but not least, he knows how to hit you where it hurts, where it really hurts. And it ain't nothing fair about life. Nothing. He knows how to shed doubt and cause us to have doubt in things. But we don't need to be like that if we already know. That's the thing. The blueprint's already there. And when you see it, just know it's true. It's true. So me and you, we have our issue. I'm trying to not let it be something that turns into something else. We're trying, you know, but that's what he be doing. And it's like, yo, it's just, to me, it's just so evident. It's so evident that it's like, he just takes everything. Just takes everything. And then before you know it, you're the type of person, you're looking at life and you're like, man, tired. I don't care. Think about it. Think about how people respond to life. People dismiss certain things from the jump. All right, I ain't dealing with this. I ain't dealing with that. I ain't want to have, like, all right, so you just block everything. A lot of people live life that way. They're perceived as strong because I ain't letting nobody into nothing. All right, cool, but what does that mean for everybody that could be blessed by you? They're not getting the blessing. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, to actually, like, the truth is, to actually try to live your life in a God-like way is the life that will run you through the ringer. Why? Because that's how his life was. When he came to earth, look what he had to go through. Persecution. Why wouldn't it be the same way for you? But if you wanted to be, when God can't, think about it, man, Jesus can't, if he wanted things to be easy and not have to be stressed or whatever, what would he have had to do? The same thing we do now. Fit in with the crowd. Do what everybody else is doing. This is the leader. This is what it is, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was against that. It was different. Didn't work out. People hated on that. Even people that he was helping. Everything was already there. Everything that happens was already there. People that he was helping. Doesn't matter. Didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So that lets you know. You can help somebody to the end of the earth. There's only a certain level of loyalty in human beings. Let it be what it is. He's already let you know that. I'm not out here healing nobody. So there ain't no way, there's no chance in the world somebody could flip on me. Because I would never measure up to what he was doing and he got flipped on. That's why I don't trust nobody, like, to that extent. Because it factually makes no sense to. The only person you trust to that extent is the person that loves you enough to give you life and bring you down here. And give you the ability to do things, have a family, and do stuff. You can't trust nobody else. Unless you're a fool. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're a fool, he's let you know this is what humans are. And they all have to come back to me to be straight.
I get that, though.
Facts.
I really do.
Facts.
I really get that.
Facts. So anyway, my point with all that, and I love my moms, and you know, mental health is, we didn't get too much into the mental health thing, but like, if you got anybody that's struggling with mental health, like, look, y'all can leave comments, advice, or whatever. You know how challenging it is to pour into someone in life that may not be feeling that great about life, you know, and it's okay. And I accept it all because I actually have the respect for what it is as it's something real. And now I've experienced it, now I've seen it. And you know what? I don't like addressing it. But maybe this is a good way to address it, to talk about it. I don't like addressing it because I know there's nothing I could do about it. But maybe that's not true. Maybe not. Probably could pray more about it, for sure. You know what I'm saying? But
well, you have to now.
Yeah.
Because who would tell you that there's nothing you can't do about it? Who's telling you that?
Facts. Just like I said. I tell you, it's good, done. It's good, done. Just finds a little chink every time. I didn't even know this is where the podcast was supposed to go today, but when I don't know where it's going, there's always the ones I enjoy the most. You feel me? So it's all good. But just know, as you take away in your life the 2 lessons for today, you want to do something big in your life, be ready to shift your priorities, be able to know what they are, and just spend that time to make sure you're touching each of them. Don't starve out one for the other, even if they're in different rankings. Like, they're all priorities for a reason. Don't ignore ones, because it's just not good. And you end up like me, working all the time and then trying to piece it out later, and that's not good, and let's not do that. But then the second thing is get up when you get knocked down in your life, literally for one reason, because you expect more coming. So we could stop with the I can't believes when something bad happens, because you should believe it's going to happen. So we don't need to be in the I can't believe syndrome. I can't believe. Yeah, I can believe. Yeah. And then something else is probably going to happen. Yeah, that's how it goes. So maybe you'll be able to respond a little better, even no matter how hard it is, if you are already prepared for the next thing, right? You know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing. I get in a fight with somebody. They knock me out. Or I'm on the ground leaking out the eye because they hit me one time. But I know that they about to walk away. And if I can't get up, I might be there. Hey, I take a L. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to get up and hit them. But if I know that they about to start kicking me in my head and keep attacking me, I sure would try to get up as fast as possible. I'll try to block. I'll try to do something. I would, because I know. I don't care how much my eye is leaking. If I don't try to block, I'm about to get my head stumped. And it's curtains after that. You know what I mean? That's what we got to do in our life. So when that super bad thing happens, knocks you down, get connected. You know what I mean? Pray. Reach out to people that's in your life that are actually there for you. And if not, hop on our podcast, talk to us. Like, that's just the truth, man. That other bad things is coming, and just know that there's somebody out there that's looking at you at your weakness and ready to exploit that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not coming to take you at your top. It don't work like that. When you're winning and, oh, thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. Wife's fine, money in the bank, it ain't. It's when you get knocked down, that's when he comes in. It's like blood in the water. You know what I'm saying? You gotta fix that. So we gonna keep talking about this, and maybe we'll talk some more about mental health. I didn't know we was gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? But I will address that more. You know, and I hope you guys continue to try to minimize the impacts to your entire life when bad things happen. You know what I mean? Because they will happen. That's the ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
That's the ups and downs. What's up, girl? I took you in a bad space right now.
I just feel like I need to go repent. I'm over here thinking like, dang, I think I've let the devil in a couple of areas in my life without realizing, like, just thinking about the things I've been telling myself or some of the things I've been doing. And I just need to prioritize spending time with the Lord in the morning. Mm-hmm. And I need to just give him some things. I need to repent about a couple of things. So that's where I was and thought. I was
that's what's up. That's what's up. And you know what, though? Hey, yo, I love everything about our show, because I swear to God, I don't be knowing where we're going to go. And I like that I get this time to just really chop it up with you about what's really going on in life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I think and what I believe could really help people. Like, really help people. All right, if you want 3 ways to start, all right, 3 ways to start a business. All right, 5 ways to, like, all right, cool. But, like,
life skills.
Life, yo. Like life. Real life. Real life. You know what I'm saying? Like, really thinking about it. Like, something really bad happens. Why 3 years later are you still stuck there? You know, how do we fix that for you? Like, you know what I mean? Or how do we fix it where 2023 you got 2 huge problems, but 2027, now you got 5. Like, oh, let's fix that. Because I did that. I've been there, you know. I ain't always had it right. I lost my brother in 2010. I lost my job 6 months later. I've did this before. Lost my brother in January, lost my job in June. Why? Because January through June, I didn't live life at all. I did it. Didn't show up to work sometimes, sitting in the dark in my room, playing video games, not talking, drinking. You know what I mean? I didn't have a reason to. And people might hear me say, you being a little hard on yourself. Yes, I lost my brother. He was on his way to my house. Got a text that he was coming. Woke up the next morning, 19 missed calls on my phone. No brother no more. You know what I mean? That tears you, man. So I'm like, I didn't want to do nothing. But when I look back at it, and I do understand why it happened, I could never do that again. Because there was never going to bring my brother back. And in all honesty, all it did was put me on a path where I literally had to rebuild my career. One that was literally going completely fine. Do I regret it? No. But I do see like, yo, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not blaming on that situation. No, but I'm just saying like, it had nothing to do with what happened with my brother. It was me, my response to. Because that was tragic, period. For everybody in my family, it's tragic. It's messed up. But it's how we respond to it. You know? It's how we respond to it. That's what the devil wanted to take from me, right? I got a younger brother. Instead of going to just make sure to check on him as much because I'm still here, I'm in my own thing because I can't handle it. I understand why, but that was the devil working. You feel me? Because we could have got closer right away, but it don't happen like that. It's like, nah, you keep your dog. He separates us, man. He separates us and makes us feel alone. That's what he wants. Like it makes you feel alone. Like it's like, and he makes you feel like it's insurmountable. It's probably not a word, but you know what I'm trying to get to. But it's like a mountain you can't cross. That's what he does. He like makes it like you can't beat it. You can't cross it. I'm telling you, but you can cross it, and you will. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why is because you're still here, and God has blessed you with a reason for being here. And if you're not living your life just for being here, and you're actually looking forward to going, not looking forward, but you know, then you'll realize like, hey, I got to keep on going. I have to. And that's how you love people when you lose them. It's how you do it. Every day that you wake up and you keep pushing, you give them a hug that day. Serious. And you hug yourself. And it doesn't take the pain away at all, but it makes it purposeful. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, you got anything bad?
That was beautiful.
Hey, y'all, but look, if this is your first time listening to our podcast, you know, make sure you subscribe to all platforms that's got podcasts, Quiet Money Podcast. Me and Randy, we just keep it real about the ups and downs of life and just teach y'all the different things that actually really happen when you're going on your life to be successful. Like, we are all about success, but it doesn't just come with good times, it comes with bad times too. And I don't think you'll ever find a platform like this that keeps it this real. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
Anyway, till next time, y'all. Peace.